it going, guys? So in my last video you guys saw me tear apart that 400. As I was putting it back together, I did video some of it, but there were so many things I just didn't know and wasn't sure on. I did rebuild the whole thing myself, didn't take it to anyone, didn't ask anyone for help because I don't even know who to ask to begin with. It was just a long process for me, and there was a lot of stopping to figure things out and just fiddling with stuff. Because like whenever you put a for example, when you put a trans brake on a 400, you lose your first gear band. It's not something I knew. I had to look that up and find that out because I couldn't figure out why I didn't take one out of the trans, but how went in my rebuild kit, and just some different things. I will show you guys. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it on camera. So the front drum, the very first drum that you take out of the tranny, I don't think it was ever redone. This tranny, like I said, was supposedly freshened, and there were signs of that, but this first drum had none of the modifications you would do. It still had the center gasket on the bore in there, which is something you usually take out because it applies the piston better. It didn't have the hole drilled, the relief hole drilled in it. And if you look in this clutch pack, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but around the outside of this clutch pack, around this particular clutch, the clutch is all gone. I mean, it's down to the metal in the middle right there. And most of the clutches in that pack look this way. So this definitely was a big problem with it. The intermediate clutches were pretty burnt. Those are the ones you guys saw on camera in the last video. The secondary clutch pack, or second drum pack, they were pretty burnt and hashed as well. They weren't quite as bad as this, but some of them were starting to do this. So I don't know what it was rebuilt with. It was just rebuilt with stock parts. Like I said, that guy never took apart this first drum. So that's definitely where a lot of my clutch material came from. Past that, you know, it just, the videos I was recording of it just weren't interesting to watch. I'm very confused in it. I don't know what I'm really talking about. A lot of it is just me being frustrated, trying to get seals in the pistons and stuff. And so I'm sorry if you were looking forward to seeing that, but you're not really going to see any of that. The train is actually already back in the truck. The only things I have left to do is bolt my torque converter back up, and then I have to install my new lokar locking dipstick and rewire my trans brake because I didn't like the way I had it done before. Put my shifter cable back on. That's it. So this will be a pretty quick little video. I at least wanted to show the lokar dipstick install, and this thing is really nice. This is the lokar locking dipstick. Doesn't matter how much you pull on this, it's not going to come undone until you pull this little ring down, and it just pops right out. Push it back, pull that ring down again, it just falls right in. You can't pull it out. On this end, you know, this is the end that goes in your tranny. It has one of those quick disconnects as well, so that way if you're ever taking your tranny out, you can just leave your dipstick mounted to your firewall, and you don't have to worry about trying to take the pan off to take this thing out. I didn't know this did this until I took it out of the package just now. Otherwise I just would have done this when it was up on the bench. But it's a really nice little system there, you know. Take your locking nut off, drop that down in, put your locking nut on, tighten it up, it'll squeeze on this, locks that in place, and just feed this down in, pull your gasket back, locks together, won't come apart, won't blow out. If you get a bunch of crankcase pressure in the trans, it's not going to blow this dipstick out and blow ATF all over your motor and firewall. And really, if you blow it onto your headers, that can be a real dangerous situation because ATF is flammable under certain temperatures. I mean, a lot of people burn their cars down from burst transmission lines or blowing out of the dipstick or whatever. That's why IHRA and NHRA require locking dipsticks and breathers. So we're gonna get into this install at least and take you along for the ride. All right, now that we're underneath here, you can see the trans is back in. Everything's hooked up except for, like I said, the torque converter, my shifter cable because I need to have the pan on to mount the shifter cable, and then I also got a transmission temperature gauge, which you guys will see in another video. I need to install, so I need to find a tap for the pan. I'm just gonna put it right in the pan, I think, is the plan at least. And then, yeah, so it'll work out pretty nice. So let's get this in. So this is the bottom piece of that dipstick. Got the nut off already. Take that, put it down in through the hole there. Set the nut down. Come on, set you down so I can put my hands here. This gasket's a tough one. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on this. Put my nut in here. Oh no, that's a big issue. This doesn't fit in here at all. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting problem. Okay, so that's something new. This does not fit with that. What the hell? So put this on backwards. No, that ain't happening. You're not gonna be able to tighten that. Ooh, I need to do some looking up and see what I ordered wrong here. Alrighty, so I figured it out. Figured out why I couldn't do that. So the way I had to do is I had to put this nut in, which still does not fit. How the hell does this work? Either way, you somehow get this nut in here, put this down through the top, your quick connect, then they supply you with this, basically an Allen, you put down in here, and you just hold the nut and then screw it in with this Allen from the top. So I'm gonna try and get this in here. I might have to modify this nut a little or something. Yeah, I'm about to modify this nut, so let me do that and I'll be back. Alright, so I got it in. I had to grind away a little bit. I mean, you can see right here. That's super tight. I had to grind away one of the edges just a little bit to get that to be able to fit in there, and then use that tool up through the top here with a ratchet and just ratchet down in. They do give you a torque spec. I think it was 20 inch-pounds. Might have been 20 foot-pounds, I don't remember. I just kind of did it until it was down in there tight, and you know, I could, it just till it felt right, because that's just how I am, because I don't like to follow instructions. So I'll get that line fed down in, get it clicked in, then we'll find out where I'm going to mount it on the firewall. Alright, so I have it fed down through, got it plugged into the tranny, and I actually ended up taking this apart, so taking this bracket off of here, because with it straight, and you know, you can see how high it is, it's into that, and when I can manipulate it down a little bit, but I'll never be able to fill that. So what I did is took it off, you'll be able to see it, I bent that bracket, and if you take this apart, no, this is just an AN fitting with a little shelf for this on it. So if you take this apart, this is an AN fitting. You know, if you have AN wrenches, you're fine. If you don't have AN wrenches, you're just gonna scratch them a little bit like I did. You know, just keep that in mind whenever you go to do that, and you know, be very careful when you put them back together. So I bent it a little bit so that way once it's against the wall, if I can hold it here with one hand, against the firewall here, it has a kick out, so I'll be able to fill it and get the dipstick out very easy. I'm gonna push it down just a little bit, and yeah. So I'm gonna get this thing. I'm just gonna self tap it in. You know, you could drill and tap or use the heck are those things called? Riv nuts. Riv nuts would really be ideal, but I don't know that I have any here. Actually, I'm gonna look and see if I have riv nuts. Alright, so I do have riv nuts. So, marked up my first hole. I'm gonna drill it, get a riv nut in it, put that bolt in, because this thing is just a little too hard to hold level. So I'll get a bolt into it, mark the other one, take the bolt out, drill the other one, put the other riv nut in. So I'm gonna do that now, and get this sucker mounted, get this portion finished up.
Let's take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby. So take it, move along. I said we got what you need, honey. Come and groove along. Come on. Rolling on the highway and the beat up. Wow. Come on, and move along. Come on, said babe. I said babe. Oh honey, come and move along. You gotta feel it, yeah. You gotta move along. You gotta feel it.
Alright, so all installed down the trans. I have it bolted to my firewall with my riv nuts. It's nice and sturdy and super easy to work and with one hand. Push that down, pull it out. Cable comes in and out real nice. Push it down, push the lock down. Won't come out. Nice and sturdy. Now a little bit of angle makes it so it comes out real nice. I should be able to get a funnel into it really easily. So I'm super happy with how that came out. Glad I remembered about the riv nuts. Got to use my my automatic puncher too for my drill. Haven't had a chance to use this yet. I'm glad I remembered I had this as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that came out. It's a nice clean install. I'm not going to be putting the pan on and finishing that part up in this video because, like I was saying, I'm adding a temperature gauge in it, and I got to figure out where to put it. You know, so I want to have it in the pan because that's the fluid that the pump's drawing. So it's going to be a fairly accurate representation of what sort of trans temp there is, I think. But I don't know. You know, we'll see. And you know, until then, please like, subscribe, comment down below. You know, I'll be putting out some more videos here pretty soon. I know this one's probably pretty short, but just wasn't doing a whole lot, and just kind of a quick little update. You know, I said I'm gonna try and put a video a week out. I'm gonna try and stick to that the best I can. So this is kind of that. They're probably gonna be a bunch of short ones. Got a lot coming up. Putting another water pump on here, changing my throttle pedal finally. Lowering blocks for the rear of the truck to get it down, header wrap. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff I got to do, and we have 1 week until opening day. Was actually supposed to be yesterday. Today's Sunday. Yesterday would have been opening day, and it snowed out because Pennsylvania, and we love snow. So please like, subscribe, share, follow, whatever. You know, I appreciate it all, and hope to see you next one.